greenhouse, and today we're going to talk about the Japanese painted fern. Now, I am trying more and more to get people involved with ferns. I tell my customers, got some really neat looking ferns, and they kind of roll their nose up. And I think it's because of the old-fashioned fern that is seen around here that multiplies, and then they get ugly during the summer into fall. But once they see the Japanese painted fern, they're indeed hooked. They love this fern, and it's something that they want to add to their collection of plants. So we're going to go over the Japanese painted fern today. This is a plant that won the Perennial Plant Association. It was a winner in 2004. This fern is a very unique, beautiful colored fern. It's kind of like, it's like no other fern that you've probably seen. Most ferns there's a lot of ferns that are green on the market. This one's got colors of kind of a silverish, burgundish colors, you know, kind of depending on the light detail that it's getting. This one grows to about 8 to 20. Kind of depends, that again depends on your area, and they can take some sun to shade. Now, I like to put them in a little bit of sun in the morning and some shade in the afternoon. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, but make sure they have moisture also. They love to have moisture, especially if you got a dry season. Make sure you're giving it some water. So you really want to look into this. If you haven't, you know, seen the Japanese painted fern, it's one that you're going to get. I have one in the container here right now. It's a really nice plant that, you know, was done by division, and that's what's nice. This is a spreading fern, but it's not invasive. It stays clump forming, but it spreads a little bit every year. And in a moment, I will take you out. We'll go out and look at some of my ferns in the bed, and we'll get to see it. But check it out. This is in a 4.5 inch pot. Fill in the pot very nicely. It's just a beautiful plant. It's doing very well, keeping them moist. So it might be something you might want to think about adding, you know, to your collection. Ferns, there's a lot of them on the market right now. I mean, a lot of pretty ones, unlike anything that you've probably seen. So check it out. Let's go out in the yard right now and we'll look at my ferns. Alright, we're out here in the garden. I'm going to show you some of my Japanese painted ferns, and you can see, I'm going to get a real good close-up in detail of the coloring of the ferns. This is going to vary on your lighting and where you have it planted. And I have a few more down here. They're just gorgeous, the Japanese painted. But those are ones, if you're wanting to add something a little different into your landscape, into your shade landscape, I would definitely consider the Japanese painted fern. You're going to love it. These have been in here a couple years. They're getting some really good growth. So it's something that you can add amongst your hostas. They can handle some morning sun. They do okay, but they do like moisture, so make sure you give them that. Alright, here's a Japanese painted fern, 2 or 3 together here that I have planted. These have been here 4 to 5, maybe more years. You can see how big they get, and these are definitely something you want to add to your landscape. Easy care. You just need to make sure you get them in the right location and they'll be fine. Okay, so now we're back in the little greenhouse here, and I'm glad you got to see my Japanese painted ferns out in the yard. But what I want to tell you today is, if you're looking for some new shade plants, make sure you incorporate some ferns into your landscape. There's really nothing like them, especially the Japanese painted fern. This one is just gorgeous. Everybody, it'll be a conversation piece if people haven't seen it. So get out there and garden, and happy gardening, and we'll talk to you soon. It probably won't be too long. I'll get another video out. So if you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, rate it, comment. I'd love for you to comment too. So, oh, and another thing, I have a gardening blog. If you want to go to the picketfencegreenhouse.info, you can go there and see some more videos, some articles, just it's all about gardening on there. And also pick up your free Hosta ebook. That is something I just give away to others. I wrote this a couple years ago, and I thought it might be a nice little gift for gardeners. So take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.